The war in Ukraine is still raging. May 6th, 2026, Ukraine's SBU Alpha unit. And what you're about to watch is a pattern that repeats itself across this front, day after day. Russian soldiers caught on open ground. FPV drones already closing in. Watch the reactions. Some run the moment they realize what's above them. Others freeze completely, not moving a single muscle, convinced that staying still will make the drone lose interest. Some drop flat and play dead. None of it works, because this is the reality Russian infantry faces in 2026. No counter-drone training, no covering fire, no support on the way. Just isolated men in open terrain with no answer to what's closing in from above. On this battlefield, awareness comes too late. And by then, it doesn't matter. In this footage, a Russian soldier lying on the ground was detected. He was pretending to be dead, trying to hide from the drone. At the same time, he was clearly seen speaking on a radio, calling for help. He kept up the act for a while, but not for long. The drone dropped a munition directly onto his position. This soldier tried to hide under a tree, but found himself in a very exposed position, becoming an easy target for the drone. This footage comes from a GoPro mounted on a Russian soldier's helmet. While advancing across open terrain in a military vehicle on the front line, the soldiers suddenly come under an unexpected Ukrainian FPV drone attack. Look at these soldiers carefully. No formation, no coordination, no clear objective. Some wandering through open terrain as if they have nowhere particular to be. Some barely look like soldiers at all. No proper equipment, some without visible weapons. None of them came to this front expecting a drone to already be watching. Magyar Birds was. And one by one, each of them became a target. Not in a firefight, not in an assault, just while existing on this battlefield. What does it tell you about a military that sends men like this to the front line? This soldier tried to take cover behind a wall, but became the drone's target. He didn't survive the powerful blast. Open fields, roads, ruined buildings. No location offers safety anymore. These drones close in fast. By the time a soldier spots it, there are only seconds left. One brief moment of recognition. Then it's over. No time to run. No time to react. When a drone closes faster than a soldier can react, is survival just luck at this point? This Russian soldier tried to hide among the bushes, but it wasn't enough. A Russian soldier hiding in a pit believed he was concealed from the drones. But a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone had already spotted him. When he noticed the FPV drone rapidly closing in, he tried to escape, but couldn't get away. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detected a Russian soldier emerging from abandoned houses. Aware he was being tracked, the soldier panicked and entered an outdoor toilet in the field, an action that proved to be a serious mistake. A kamikaze drone was quickly deployed and struck the location where the soldier was hiding. This time, the strike showed one of the most surprising moments on the front line. A Ukrainian drone operator was searching the ruins for any sign of Russian soldiers, carefully checking every wall and every corner. This footage also revealed how a drone operator thinks: methodical, patient, scanning every detail. Before long, a Russian soldier hiding in a very unusual spot was detected. The outcome was inevitable. The attack stopped when civilians inside raised the Russian flag. The village of Stepanivka, Donetsk region. And this footage raises serious questions. A civilian shelter struck by artillery and drones. Surviving civilians filmed raising a Russian flag, reportedly under duress. Russian media attributed this to Ukraine as a war crime. But look at the footage carefully. The munition trajectory is clearly visible. And it's coming from Russian-held territory. The evidence is in the video itself. In this footage, an FPV drone belonging to Ukrainian forces lying in ambush detects two Russian soldiers and immediately moves into action. The lead soldier becomes the target before he even realizes what is happening, followed by a large explosion. The second soldier behind him quickly flees the scene. A Russian boat racing across the Dnipro, fast, pushing hard for the opposite bank. It made it across. The soldiers inside were seconds away from stepping off and establishing a foothold on the Ukrainian side. Ukraine's 79th Border Guard Detachment was already watching from the moment the boat launched. The strike came precisely as it touched the bank. The crossing was over before it could begin. Not every drone operation ends with a strike. Sometimes it ends with a rescue. A DJI Mavic down in Russian-held territory. A Wild Hornets FPV drone moves in, hooks onto it, and lifts it out. No drone left behind. A former government building in Hola Pristan, Kherson Oblast, converted by Russian forces into a UAV control point. A Ukrainian MiG-29 was already inbound. French-made precision-guided bombs. Direct hit. The building is gone, along with every operator and piece of equipment inside it. No control point means no drones coordinating strikes over Kherson tonight. A North Korean Type 75 multiple rocket launcher, destroyed by Ukraine's Signum Battalion, 66th Mechanized Brigade in the Krasnoyarsk direction. North Korean hardware, Russian Frontline. This system traveled thousands of kilometers to end up here. And it won't be firing again. FPV drones found it before it could launch a single round. Prydniprovske direction. Ukraine's border guard pilots followed a moving Russian supply vehicle, and it led them straight to a garage full of parked trucks. Reconnaissance tracked the movement. FPV drones followed it to the source. Vehicles and personnel inside all hit, but the operation didn't stop there. An electronic warfare system destroyed, an artillery firing position eliminated, 2 machine gun positions taken out, 1 reconnaissance lead, multiple targets cleared. That's the border guard working the entire support chain, not just what's moving, but everything behind it. A routine reconnaissance run in a forested area. Magyar Birds operator scanning the tree line. Then something catches the eye. A Russian soldier pressed under a fallen tree, completely still, completely hidden, or so he thought. Finding him was one thing. Reaching him was another. The operator works methodically, navigating through the branches, searching for an angle. Patient, precise. Eventually, the angle opens up. Signum Battalion. And look at what Russian forces left sitting in the open. Vehicles scattered across different positions, completely exposed. No camouflage, no cover. Easy targets. But look even closer at some of these vehicles. Nearly invisible wire mesh stretched across them. A rudimentary counter-drone modification designed to stop an FPV from reaching the hull directly. The Signum operators spotted every one of them. Adjusted, struck anyway. 3 Bukanka vans gone. A ground robotic system eliminated. 3 quad bikes destroyed. Russian logistics taking another hit across multiple positions in a single operation. When Russia's counter-drone modifications are spotted and bypass this easily. Is there any low-cost protection that actually works against a skilled FPV operator? Ukraine's unmanned systems forces, deep behind Russian lines, and the target list from this operation tells the whole story. A Kasta radar system destroyed. A Panzer S-1 air defense system taken out 88 kilometers inside Russia. Numbers 5 and 6 on May's air defense destruction list, and we're only 5 days in. But the standout target, a 3rd Army base in Kadiivka, hit with 8 separate strikes, warheads between 60 and 100 kilograms each. 51 Russian soldiers confirmed wounded and transported to the local hospital. On top of that, artillery depots, tank division supply bases, logistics warehouses, and a freight train hit, disrupting railway connections across the sector. Magyar Birds, Kairos Battalion, Squad 13, Raid Regiment, all coordinated through the Deep Strike Center. One operation, multiple regions, systematic dismantling of Russian rear infrastructure. When a single operation can wound 51 soldiers at one base while simultaneously destroying radar, air defense, and logistics across multiple regions. How does Russia even begin to absorb losses at this pace? That's everything for today. May 6th, 2026, day 1533 of this war. 186 combat clashes were recorded on May 5th, the heaviest fighting in the Pokrovsk direction, with 34 Russian attacks. Russian total losses since February 2022 have now crossed 1,337,170 personnel, with 1,050 casualties in the last 24 hours alone. Overnight, Russia struck Ukraine with 2 ballistic missiles and 108 drones. Ukrainian air defenses neutralized 89 of them. The strikes hit Kramatorsk and Zaporizhzhia, leaving at least 17 civilians dead and 56 injured in a single evening. And a significant diplomatic development. Ukraine proposed a ceasefire beginning midnight May 6th. Russia violated it 1,820 times within hours, while simultaneously announcing its own Victory Day truce for May 8th to 9th. The front holds. The strikes continue on both sides. And as you saw in today's footage, the drone war never stops, regardless of what's announced at the diplomatic table. Subscribe for daily Frontline coverage. No agenda, just the footage and the facts. See you in the next one.